I am PUMSQUATCH, hello, and welcome to something that's a little bit different on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Amazon's first ever video game, Crucible. For those of you who don't know or just have not kept up with it, it's a game that, of course, nobody saw coming when it was announced because, you know, Amazon. But it's more of a sort of third-person shooter that's in the sense of League of Legends-esque style, where as you level up you get stronger abilities and you unlock the, you just get stronger as the game progresses. It's level progression in each game. So far, it's been released to critical acclaim, people are really enjoying it, it's a lot of fun, and each character they seem to have in the game so far is unique not only in playstyle and how they interact with their toolkit and the environment of the game, but also just how they look and how they're stylized. You can tell pretty much immediately that no two characters are the same, just from the way they look, and I'm not typically one that wants to say judge a book by its cover because it's never good to do that, it never ends up well. But when it comes to Crucible, all the characters, from the skins to their abilities to the actual breakdown of each character that I've watched on YouTube, every character is unique. No two characters are the same, not even similar so far. I don't know if they're going to plan to release more characters as we go on, but they seem to be having a pretty good starting base right here, right now. And I really like that, I really enjoy that. Crucible seems to be a really interesting game moving forward. It has a really interesting concept just from the whole gameplay perspective. You could play as all these different kinds of characters, and I'm sure that there's going to be possibly a competitive scene for it in the future. But I just hope that they don't do what Blizzard did with Overwatch and move straight forward into having an esports for it, because that does not turn out so well. They ended up focusing a little bit too much on the Overwatch League instead of letting it develop naturally, and that kind of caused this kind of vacuum where they tried to only focus on things that would benefit the league and the game, and because of that, other parts of the game began to suffer, and a lot of the fan base really didn't like that. So I do feel that Crucible will be that kind of game that people will kind of be drawn to, because it's a lot of what people desired from Overwatch, with some added strategy, basically, to put it in a word. And when I say strategy, I mean the fact that you don't just have the same exact abilities each and every match. You could change the abilities before each match. Before you go into a match, you can change what abilities are obtained when you level up. For example, the first ability that you get from leveling up the first time can be one of three things. And it could be the same deal with the level 5 or level 4, but it changes, making it so that no matter who you're playing online, you know, okay, this is what this character does, but there's one of three things, three strategies that they could achieve just by leveling up one time. And to me, that's a very important part of detail. That's a very important part of gameplay to keep it refreshing, to keep that extra bit of strategy in there, and allow people to delve into it and see what works, see what's compatible, see what makes sense to them. Blizzard is doing this with Overwatch 2 in their campaign, but as for multiplayer, nothing is going to be changed, and I feel like that's going to be where the game really starts to suffer if they don't try to fix it. If they don't start moving towards more of what Crucible's doing, then they will suffer for it, because this seems to be like a very good direction to take it in terms of if you want to put an esports around it. I don't know if there's anything in terms of esports that they're planning for Crucible in the future. But if they do plan something for Crucible in the future, I think it has a good solid chance as long as they focus on the base game. The footage you see right here is basically me just playing the tutorial for the most part and then going through some other things that are in it. Just from seeing the character breakdowns on YouTube, there are a few characters that I already have decided that I'm going to try and learn as much as I can of how to play. But one character in specifics that I really do feel myself drawn to in terms of how fun they are to play and how unique their mechanic is Summer, who you happen to be seeing me play just in the tutorial right here, and she is very mobile, she's very fun, and has a lot to her kit that just seems like it could offer for some very interesting and really cool combos. Not only that, I was looking through the skins that she has, and there are two skins of hers that I really like. One of them is basically, it's a fire-breathing dragon, I guess you could say, sort of. It basically basically turns her dual flamethrowers into dragon heads that breathe fire, and that is just so cool. And then the other one is kind of a reference that I really do appreciate. The skin I'm talking about is called Riveter Rebel, and this is actually a reference pretty obviously to a famous historical figure in, I believe, during World War II called Rosie the Riveter, and I just thought that was super cool to see that kind of reference on a skin in a game, and honestly, I'm tempted to unlock it because you seem to be getting 1,000 free credits for the game to unlock skins or whatever. I'm honestly really tempted to unlock either the fire-breathing dragon or the Riveter Rebel one because those are just some really cool skins. At launch, it seems that there are about 10 characters, and they do seem to have a battle pass system. Now keep in mind, this is a free-to-play game. You could get this game and play for free and have absolutely no issues. You could just jump in it, not spend a dime, and it doesn't seem so far that you're going to have any trouble trying to play the game at all. However, I am not going to get the battle pass because I really don't just see myself playing it enough to get the most out of a battle pass, and I don't know if I'm going to really get into it much. It just seems really interesting and really fun. Along with the battle pass, you also have some other things you could buy in the stores, skins, credits, things like that you could use real life money on, which is it's kind of expected of a free-to-play game like this. But nevertheless, Crucible definitely seems like a very cool and interesting game to play. I don't really play a whole lot of third-person shooter games, but this one certainly has caught my eye. If I were to describe it, I would say it would be basically if someone took League of Legends and moved it towards a bit more of an Overwatch perspective in a third-person shooter sense. That's honestly how I would describe it, and it feels like it suits perfectly in my opinion. Overall, it seems like a really fun game, and I'm definitely going to have a lot of fun trying it out, playing it, and I'm really looking forward to finding out more about this game. Anyways guys, thank you all very much for watching. What do you think? Are you going to get into Crucible? Is it a game that draws your eye? Did you even know Amazon was making a video game? I know I didn't a few weeks ago, but now I do, and I'm going to play it a lot. I'm not sure how much I'm going to play it, but I'm definitely going to try it out. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. Can't really interact with them, but I will be sure to check them out. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I am PUMSQUATCH. Goodbye.
Nice! I'll take one of those!
Events such as damage amplifiers can be helpful for defeating your enemies. Some events can also introduce dangerous new challenges. Like this hive.
Oh, yes! Boss battle! Jump jets activate! Push them back! You don't scare me! I face way worse in the ring! Cool my jets! And we're back! Up and away! Cool. Back in business! Bring in the heat! Get back!
Congratulations, Summer. This concludes the Unity Safety Training demonstration.
Here we go! On to the main event! Here I come, Crucible!